Hello everybody, Obi1362 here, and welcome to that thing that we do once a year. It's been a year. It's been an increment of a year since I started doing this YouTube thing. So welcome! Glad you could join us. You might be thinking, oh, it's really convenient that you just finished Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's on your... This is now my 5th year doing this. Well, that's not even kind of true. What actually happened was my 5th year anniversary was a month and a half ago. It was back on April 6th. And things were just so busy with school and everything that I was just like, I can't, I don't have time, I don't have time. I'll do it later. And then later became a month and 20 days later. So... happy 5-year and some change to me, I guess. But no, I wanted to thank you guys so much for giving me a great 5 years of just doing something that's been really entertaining for me, I should say. And then has given me some fun opportunities. Give me a lot of fun opportunities. For those of you who are curious, yes, I will at least attempt to do the 100% for Kingdom Hearts 2. You're going to attempt it, you're going to get to see it in all of its messy glory, so stay tuned for that. It's coming. It'll happen. But in our 5 years, together, you know, some of you may recall that this all started with Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the Dragon. And since from Spyro to Kingdom Hearts 2, we've managed to complete, obviously not including bonus content or whatever, that I haven't forgotten about on other games. And we're actually going to talk about that here in a minute. But throughout all that time, we've completed 9 games. 9 games. And I've managed to get on my little tiny YouTube channel 407,275 views. And to that I say again, thank you guys. I honestly never expected to have much of an audience doing this. And so obviously I'm not a huge channel. I'm not even you could classify me as a big channel. I don't know, but I don't know how many people would. But it's not up for debate that I'm not a huge channel. But so for me, you know, all of you guys, I appreciate you greatly. I appreciate the views and the comments and just everything. I appreciate it a lot. But like I said, we've gone through 9 full games together, at least for any of you who have been here since the start. You've been through me graduating twice now. Once from undergrad and now from law school. I've graduated twice and you've been there for both. It's gonna bring a tear to your eye. Anyway, yeah, there were a couple things I wanted to bring up about where the channel's going from here, and I want to do it real quick because every time I do these videos, they end up going on really long. So let's hope we can wrap this up shortly. So there's been the issue of we've all talked about it, and you guys keep telling me what you think I should do about it. But there has been the question brought up about me getting a capture card for 2DS/3DS. I keep saying 2DS because it's cheaper and has all the functionality of a 3DS, and therefore seems like the perfect solution since I'm strapped for cash. One of your fellow viewers, Time Lord, I can't remember the numbers that came after it, has actually made a substantial contribution to the purchasing of the capture card. And it's pretty fantastic. So I wanted you guys to know that. If you are unaware who Time Lord is, I actually did a collaborative versus. It's collaborative, but it's a versus anyway of Mario Kart 8, and those videos are on the channel. You should check them out if you haven't already, or you can go see them again because they're fun. Mario Kart's always fun, but so we managed to do that together, and anyway, like as I said, he contributed quite sizably to the Get Obi a handheld capture device fund. And so I just want to make you all aware of that. So there have been strides made towards getting that handheld capture. I know it's a lot more. I realize that the desire for it will now have increased now that we have finished Kingdom Hearts 2. And again, when I say finished, I mean we beat the main game. So again, I'm gonna try the other stuff, but just focus. Let's focus, all right? It was brought up in the comments of finale Kingdom Hearts 2 that, you know, the fan funding option on YouTube was great and all, but it didn't allow for foreign viewers to contribute. And so I've actually, and so it was if I could say your name, I would. I'm sorry, I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try it. But a suggestion was made by one person, and I had another thing in the works anyway, and so now we're going to talk about them. There's going to be two options for if you want to contribute to what I'm calling the Capture Card Fund. And this is how they'll work. First option is Patreon. I'm sure you've heard about that because it seems like a lot of YouTubers are going that direction of allowing Patreon because it's a nice substitution for any of you who use ad blocker while you're on YouTube. You know who you are. You're terrible people. No, I'm kidding. But again, for me it's not a big deal, as I've said before, because I don't do this I don't rely on the income from YouTube to get by, whereas some people do. For those people who do, you should not be using ad blocker because you're a terrible person. For those of us that don't, c'est la vie. That being said, a good alternative to someone who wants to not have to deal with the ads, but would like, you know, to still support a content creator, is something like Patreon, I believe. It's a subscription-based thing that helps fund quote-unquote creative people. Obviously, I wouldn't qualify myself as creative, but that's what it's designed to be for, and a lot of YouTubers are using it. So, they do accept PayPal as a thing, and you'd be paying on like a subscription basis. Again, I don't want to make anyone feel like they're obligated or should do it. I want the options to be there. And I'm gonna have a moment of, you know, of very frank bluntness with you about the inner workings of Obi's head. And there's this thing of sometimes I feel like I need to do things on this channel like this, like create a Patreon, because I want to be able to play those handheld games, but I have no feasible way to get the money for a capture card. But then, as I'm doing it, I feel like I'm trying to do something that my channel isn't big enough for. And I hope that makes sense. It seems like I'm trying to pretend like I'm bigger than I am, and I'm not. I know I'm a small channel. But anyway, that was a brief glance into the mind of Obi. So that option is there for anybody who would like to take it. The other option I have is that on my Twitch page, if you're not aware, I have a Twitch, it's not page, it's a channel. I have a Twitch channel. I don't use it terribly often, and the biggest reason for that is that I don't have a way to stream console games, at least not in anything higher than standard definition, and that looks really crappy. So, but like I've streamed a couple times, and I've had some people come out. Time Lord comes out sometimes. Game Markets come out. Viper Gaming, you've come out. But so there's a number of you who will come out to streams at night whenever I do it. And so again, to you, those of you, thank you. I know I said in the previous update that I was going to try and be streaming more this year when that kind of fell through. But hopefully we can get that going again. But anyway, on that Twitch page, I've added a donate button. Again, the person who told me that I could do that, I don't remember I don't know how to say your name, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to try and butcher your name. So, there's a donate button there. Again, only do it if you want to, if you feel the desire to. And for those of you are thinking, well, Obi, we can do fan funding through YouTube if we really cared to. You can. But here's what I wanted to bring to your attention. So, whenever you donate to me through YouTube, and again, this is only for those of you who have actually done it, which are 2 of you, as far as I know. But whenever you donate through YouTube, then YouTube takes its cut. YouTube's cut is pretty small. It's coming out to like a little over. It's coming out to a little over 5%, is what it looks like. That's YouTube's cut. And then they forward the rest to me, which is great. Except I'm in a network. And because I'm in a network, out of any money I make through YouTube, my network takes a cut. My network takes a 40% cut. So, your donation quickly diminishes in value. And while it's still the same value to me, because I know how much you paid, and I appreciate you and find you a little crazy for doing it, I wanted to give you an option that would make your money go farther in my pocket. That sounds bad. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, you do. So, both of these options, both the Patreon and the Twitch, both provide options that will provide a smaller cut than what you'd otherwise be looking at. That being said, I'm perfectly okay with you guys just watching the videos. And I'm even more okay with it if you decided to watch the ads while you did that. And so, again, this is just your standard reminder that happens every once in a while that you should not use ad blocker while watching YouTube videos, because content creators get supported monetarily when you watch ads. There, it's out. It's done. Okay, moving on. But yeah, so I wanted to say that I was throwing out those 2 options for you guys as far as ways that you can help support, again, what I've called the I called it something at the beginning and I lost it again. The capture card fund. Capture card fund. And like, if we get to that point and we go further, like, there's so many things I want to do. There's so many things I'd love to do. Like, as you all know, games are expensive. Games are expensive. And like, while I buy games on my own because I love games, sometimes you want to buy a game and you just don't have the funds. Or someone's saying you should buy a game, and you're like, I don't know if I want to buy that game. Well, if somebody gave you the funds for it, all of a sudden now it's much more like, okay, well, I guess I can go buy that game. Excuse me. But it's an annoying fact that money opens a lot of doors. Like, there's games I'd love to get because I'd love to play. Final Fantasy X. I want to play that. I want to play that because I want to know who these characters were from Kingdom Hearts. But then I also am looking at like getting a new capture card because, let's face it, we had 8 seconds that randomly just in that final boss fight in Kingdom Hearts 2. What if those 8 seconds had been somewhere else in the video? What if they'd been in somewhere important? What if it had been more than 8 seconds? And because we've had that reoccurring problem several times throughout this series and as of late, I'm wondering if my capture card is just getting ready to call it quits. And I don't want that. I don't want my capture card to call it quits, at least not before I've gotten a new one to replace it. And so there's a handheld capture card fund, and then there's a non-handheld capture card fund. And basically, you guys can decide which fund increases first. I'm thinking handheld, but that's just me. But I'm wanting to get a handheld capture because really I want to play all of the games in the Kingdom Hearts series. I don't want to watch the movies. I want to play the games. Okay? I know some of you are like, but Obi, don't do it because these games suck. Well, that's fine. Then let them suck. But I want to experience... I'm one of those people who believes that when you experience a piece of quote-unquote art, that you should experience it as it was intended to be experienced. And while they've given us the nice option of taking the you know, the easy way out is what I'll call it, with the HD cutscenes, or just on in the remix in the 1.5 and 2.5 collections. I don't want to do it that way. I really don't. And so we're gonna see if we can manage that. Again, don't feel inclined, don't feel obligated to give me money. I don't want you to ever feel that way, but I wanted to make it an option for those who want to do so. But yeah, the capture card for handheld stuff, new capture card, so that we stop losing footage, and also that way I can stream console games and them not be in standard definition, because that would be awesome. Like, I've already thought of, you know, great things that we could do as far as streaming goes. If, you know, if I had a capture card that would let me stream in decent quality. Because it was brought up that, you know, with the original Kingdom Hearts and with Final Fantasy VII, like, I promised bonus content and then never delivered. You know what would be a perfect place to do that bonus content? In a stream. Why would that be the perfect place? Because a lot of that bonus content seems like it's going to require grinding. And that way, I can just, you know, grind out some enemies. We can be chatting about whatever. All at the same time. And then that way, it seems like the perfect solution to me. But again, I'm not, like I said, I haven't forgotten about that bonus content from the previous games. I'm not going to let the Kingdom Hearts 2 bonus content slide on by either. Don't worry. But I wanted to let you guys know about those plans for the future. I am also seriously considering figuring out how to be artsy and make a design for a shirt that just says thanks Vexen. I'm seriously considering it. Or some kind of curse Vexen. So yeah. But anyway, I just want to make you guys aware of, you know, thoughts going forward. As far as games to look forward to, I don't know. I think we're going to be doing some different stuff on the channel for a while, like I said before, because JRPGs, which have been the last main games on this channel, and JRPGs, they're long, and as much as I love them and their story aspects, I just need to play something else. And I'm in bar prep now, and it's taking a lot of time. And again, a short update video ends up being the length of an episode of one of the games on this channel, and I'm sorry about that. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I just didn't want to leave anything out. But so, anyway, I'll try to wrap this up quick. Again, the important thing is thank you guys so much for your continued support on the channel. I appreciate it. Appreciate all your kind words. I appreciate your criticisms too, when there's, you know, actual criticism and not just you suck at games. I already know I suck at games, thank you. But no. I really do appreciate the constructive criticism. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate, you know, the support. It means a lot. From all of you. Especially the familiar faces that I've gotten to, you know, see a lot on the channel. And if that's not you, we'll fix that. Come out more. Always happy to have new constant supporters. But anyway, I think that does it. We're looking at a 20-minute video, and I was hoping to be done in 5. So if I would have just stuck to my script, I would have been done. But again, as always, thank you guys so much for your support. Thanks for coming out. Leave me comments if you have suggestions or want to say anything. Just anything. And I will see you guys next time when we are playing a game instead of just listening to me ramble. Alright? Goodbye, y'all.